Going live. Okay, cool.
Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel.
Good morning and good evening. Welcome back to the Making Next Gadget live stream sessions with us.
So today we're going to talk about our new launch products, reComputer R1000, right? So we have a nickname for it. It's called Power Distribution Box, King of Power Distribution Box. Why we call this? And what kind of problem it can solve and who you're going to help with use this one?
I think we have a live installation today. You can see very obviously there's a power distribution box.
Yes.
And we hear a lot of suggestions and requirements from customers asking some modifications of a Raspberry Pi.
Okay.
And we were curious, why are you guys needed these kind of configurations? And in the end, we found there's a lot of needs in upgrading intelligent buildings.
Okay.
So the easiest way to change your whole office is not to modify every switch or every light, but every building have this power distribution box like this one. So you just rewire the relays, the switchers, the breakers to a Raspberry Pi device. Then you can control the full system. And then the input can be coming from your mobile phone, but also from other sensors or even AI agents. So we see a lot of potential of doing this. And I think we could get it for half a year, trying to put all our engineering considerations into this little simple box.
Okay, I see. So how people manage the building system before, and how what's the difference between using this product and other?
Yeah. So in a cybersecurity space, people always saying that if you wear a working like vest and carrying a ladder, you can literally enter every building.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
There is always electricians who goes to the building, try to fix the things, or try to fix all the problems. But whenever you want to do the intelligent buildings, and for now, people doing a lot of is a smart home. You change the devices and do IFTTT. And it goes all the way to manually switch on and off the whole building or patrolling the system to semi-automation, we call it. It's just IoT. You just connect everything together. But gradually, because computers, especially Raspberry Pi, is becoming cheaper and cheaper, people feel like, okay, I can make some special devices that can be talking with the legacy system, like from all the Snyder's Siemens device happened years ago. But now I can just Raspberry Pi to talk to them, and then I can access the Raspberry Pi with Node-RED or other websites or even application I develop myself. Okay. And of course, this can be very easy add-on to Home Assistant. You have a physical device that sit into the distribution box.
Okay. So let's check the actual item, and then we can even take it apart later. Okay.
Yeah, sure. Because this device is pretty new.
Okay.
And we don't see so many KOL or our partners, users are still start receiving that. I think it's time for us to use live stream to unbox it. And I'm not the product manager myself, but on behalf of the team, I think I can help to explain all the design thoughts into that.
Okay.
Okay, so let's do the disassemble. So let's first unboxing that. Okay.
Okay, the boxes look tiny.
This box is like okay size, and then we list some features of them. If you want to put on a shelf to sell to other people, we name it the HLT controller, and then you can see from the back we have done some of the certificates are already like CE, FCC, and we are also working on Telit.
Okay.
And each of the unit has its serial numbers. So we are better help to track or to do the quality checkings in the future, and also for the warranty, because we are providing 2 years warranty. Okay, so
let's unbox it.
You can't wait to see that.
Yes.
And we have a little simple
user
menu covering most of the facts, specifications, and also some quick starter guide with all the softwares. Yeah, it's just the regular ones. And you can, it's very straightforward to see the whole box here. and it has a very huge heat fin and aluminum box.
Okay.
I'll come back to that. But what else is inside? We have the power cables.
Okay.
So you can use all kinds of power supplies because you'll be working inside the power distribution box, and you don't usually have a plug, so you can wire it to the existing cables. And we also have the DIN rail.
Okay.
Do you know DIN rail?
I know, I'd like to put it on wall or the box even.
Yep. So this is the DIN rail unit. We will attach it later. So we have the power, we have the DIN rail, we have converter cable for this to connect to all kinds of wire like IS485. And I don't know why we have some resistors, we have some extra screws. So that's a lot of requirements. And you can see that's the main unit. So where is my screwdriver? And first let's look at what's the interfaces.
Yes.
Is it upside down? Oh, yeah. Okay, good. So mainly we have two Ethernet. And one is 1,000 giga per second, one is 100 mega per second. And another way is we have PoE on this one. So even without power supply, you can apply this unit, set it up very easily.
Okay.
And also we have USB-C for debugging. But most importantly, we have three groups of IS485. It can be also converted into other high-speed, low-speed ones, or connect to other protocols. And we have a special design on the indicators. You can see there are 6 of them. Most of them can be controlled by the software, so you can have the indications. Because usually you don't have a screen on it. But with these indicators, you can very quickly in the field identify. Also to match the physical units with the online ID. And also we designed it in 2 directions, so you can see from this side, also from this side. We will light it up later. And in the back, you can see we have 2 USB, full Type A USB, and also we also keep the HDMI in case you want to connect to a panel or display.
Okay.
And then here is our power. This one is very interesting because this power can be reversely connected. And it also supports AC and DC.
Okay.
So it's very adaptive. Okay, and also on the top, we have the 2 antenna ports. We'll talk about that inside because we leave all the communication capabilities. You might need 2 group of antenna. And also we reserved the SIM card space. And also a switch, so you can switch from different boot devices. Also a reset pin.
But why we need a SIM card?
Yeah, in case you need a 4G.
Ah, okay.
Sometimes the power distribution box is not for the building you are in. It's for some other remote places.
Okay, I see.
And also we have, this is where we want to install DIN rail because I'm going to take it apart. I'm doing it later. Okay, so time to see what's inside. You know, in the maker world, there's a saying that if you cannot open it, you don't own it. So we are making it very simple, that you can open it with minimum efforts. The screwdriver is gravity activated, so it's difficult to do it in a live stream way. Okay, so it's just 4 screws in the back plate.
This one is it's not waterproof, only dust-proof, right?
Yeah, because of so many cables, you don't want to
have water. Yeah, of course. Yeah, right.
It's dust-proof, and with all the, if you want to really use it outdoors to you have to put it into a waterproof
But
case
I think
without the
there's
cable.
some like a power distribution box are outdoors. I think.
Yeah, the power distribution boxes themselves, they are like waterproof.
Ah, okay. I see.
Okay, so I need to remove the plates. You have to use a little bit of force. Yeah, not like that. So the plate, they are transparent, half transparent, so you can very easily see the signal inside. Yeah. So by doing this, I remove the two of the plates. I should organize this more neatly, and also this part. So you can see it's almost. If you want, you can use this way.
It's really hard, huh?
No. It's just I have to stretch it to the camera.
Ah, okay.
So by disabling this, you can see that's a full metal frame. And because we CNC after the aluminum extrusions, it's very easy to modify. If you come to us asking for a customized version, it's fairly quick to do that. Let's stop that. Okay.
So what we have inside, let's see.
Okay, so you can see most of this thing from here now. This is the most usual way of extension that you have two PCIe's. You can connect to LoRa, you can connect to 4G or other like models. Yesterday, Raspberry Pi has just released the AI develop kit. By externally, you can have 13 tops of AI capability. You can also slap into that one and to make your Raspberry Pi a local large language model or vision enhanced device. And people are asking to do that. And also we have the M2 cable, M2 socket, which is to extend your memories. You can have a hard disk, SSD hard disk here, which means you can also extend R1000 for a variety of usages like NVR or store more information as your local NAS. And we have here is RTC to make sure you have the real-time clock. And you can see, yeah, we even have a fuse. We have a lot of power converters to isolate the signals towards the external buses. And the power is compatible with DC and the AC, going from 9 to 36 watt for DC and 12 to 24 watt for AC.
Okay.
Make sure you don't connect to 22 watts. We have a power adapter somewhere. I will show you later.
Okay.
And what else we can see? It's pretty straightforward. And we have some extra hidden pins. They are not being used for now. But if you want to stack them onto different stuff, and we have a way to expand.
Okay.
And if you want to take it down, it's easy as well. You just oh, I need a 钳子。
有钳子吗？
Plier。
钳子。
Peter，
Peter，
给我个钳子。
So, are there any obstacles and challenge during the R&D process?
Yeah, we will
design this.
Of course, because we want to make it small.
Okay.
But there's so many integrations we want to put inside, and we want to make it affordable.
Okay.
So it's a lot of back and forth battles inside. 不是，把这个。Oh. Okay.
They are I checked the comments. They said where I can get this screwdriver.
Oh, yeah, it's good.
We don't have.
We should be on. It's on our bazaar.
I think so, maybe.
But we didn't promote it well.
We have this.
We have this. We
okay.
start selling this from the very beginning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. You want to see more? This is a piece of good work That's from our partner eDesign. They work with us to make the first batch of DSO Nano. Then they made this one, and yeah, it's kind of good looking. You can charge it with USB-C.
Okay, how long you can use one charge?
I don't know. I don't use, because I never run out of power.
Okay.
I just get it running, and you can press a button. So you can choose between different angle of like unschooling or schooling, and you have light, so you can. Yeah, it's a good tool. This is just sitting on my table as a gift for a while, and now I have chance to use it for live streaming. Nice. So back to the topic, when we were talking about this design.
Okay.
So it's easy to make a Raspberry Pi box, but you want to make a Raspberry Pi based solution for industrial grade. You want to make it running in harsh environment for long, and a lot of time it involves high voltage or dust or vibrations. So there's so many considerations, and we are challenging ourselves to maximize the functionalities, but still squeeze them into a little box like this one.
Okay.
And you will see it's quite dense. Our electronic engineering didn't give themselves too much rooms. And let's keep continue. You will see more of the details. The most heavy part, if you see from here, is the heatsink, because Raspberry Pi is still giving a lot of heat whenever it's running, especially you are running large language models. So this whole
it's connected to the chip here.
Yeah.
So you can let the heat go away to here, right?
Exactly. The whole metal part is aluminum for heat sinking, and it has two contact points. One is to the CM4, maybe CM5 in the near future, and also there's another one for the PoE model. But this version does not have PoE. Where is my PoE part? This is a PoE modules. If on another version, you will have that. So this heat sink will also dissipate from that part. And you can see from the other side of the board, we have the CM4. And these are the cables, these are the power converters. And there's some cables for speaker for here. And this is the global ground connecting to the DIN rail. And this is a buzzer on board. And what else? We also have an encryption chipset, which is this one. It's a ATEC 6081. People asking why would you have encryption chipsets on that? Because a lot of people require of securities. And there are some standards for intelligent building that you have to make sure this device cannot be remotely hacked easily.
Okay.
And what else do we have? Oh, we even forgot to pull up the feature. Yeah, but you can see from there later. Okay. What else people are curious? So let us know if you have any curiosities in the comments.
Okay.
And you will notice there are some white glues here. It's not for cleanness, it's for vibrations. Because we do a lot of vibration tests, and these units, these components, which is a bit higher, they need to be fastened with extra glue, and we do that on most of the parts.
Okay.
Yeah, and the groundings, and if you look closer, maybe you can see how we do the wirings for high speed, low speed, and it's very good isolations. We have pretty confident in our engineers' work. Feel free to challenge us for any place we can improve. And
so, what kind of other tests did this part undergo? Because we think this is more for industry or the building, so we must do a lot of tests. Not only the vibration.
So the biggest concern are usually about the heat.
Okay.
If you look at this picture, we have looking at all the designs with a thermal camera and trying to figure out what would be the best way to arrange all the components and to distribute the heat. And this is basic, and we're also doing it in the long term. Let me show you some more pictures.
Okay.
And we have making this device running high and low temperature for a long time. Each of them testing 48 hours for extreme heat. It's 85 Celsius degree. And also we do it in extreme low temperature. I think it's minus 30.
Mm-hmm. 7.
Yeah, we do it 48 hours.
Mm-hmm.
There was also storage for minus 20 extra. So it has been going through a lot, like many of stuff we have been doing. So because heat is the most worried, you don't know how terrible is the power distribution works. There's no air condition most of the time. It's remote. Because of a lot of installations inside, it can be quite tough. But of course, because it's Raspberry Pi, you can remotely diagnose about the internal temperatures, running speed, the conditions of the device itself. And also because it has so many extension ports, you can also apply some sensors to collect data from that.
Okay.
So besides the temperature, it's about the static. So because it's not a very well curated lab environment, it's very likely in the dry areas you have a lot of static. You have ESD, you might damage the devices. Also, there might be surge because of sounderings, because of improper old buildings are not so ready for these. And also, there are some places they have unstable entry grid. So it might be go out of power suddenly. So we need to go past all kinds of standards. Like for ESD, you have EN 61000. For search, we have even EN 61004 and 5. We do a level 2. So there are several levels. Like I don't know the details, but I consult my engineer, which means if you're working, no matter in what kind of regular environment, you won't be able to damage it.
Okay.
And also for EFT, we have level 2. It's for it to, if you see some very sudden changes on the electricities, it's to be working. We give a signal like a minus and plus 500 watt. And also on the power, it's like 1000 watt offsets. It's still working. So this is we're trying to pick up the standards from the professional, like non-established companies. We look at Siemens, we look at Schneider's, we look at their quality standards. And we are trying to challenge this Raspberry Pi device towards that. This is not for a toy. This is not for maker projects only. We want to help makers to go to the serious installations.
Okay. And we also have the vibration test.
Yeah, of course.
Because some places has like a more frequent earthquake than another area.
It's not about earthquake. Earthquake is quite rare, but you always have some air conditions. You always have some like vibrations during your shippings. So it's very key that you want to make sure this can standard the worst scenarios, because people might also use it for factories. Factory not only assembly
like the
factory.
machine will vibrate.
Yeah, it might be like very heavy machines to forge things or to like work on all kinds of productions. So we do the vibrations. This is a vibration platform. The vibration goes from 10 to 120 hertz, and then we test it on like X, Y, and Z directions for 1 hour each, and the total acceleration is 2g. It's like a two times of the gravity. So relatively okay, but I think that we just covering the regular testings. But so if you have any future requirements, if you want to know if this can work in a certain, even extreme environment, please let us know. Then we will try to damage and try to test the units. Because we don't know the limits.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
We want to see how overkill it is. And also for IP, it's IP40. So you have the dust proof, it's okay for you to sew it in a very open environment. Just make sure there's no much water in that. Oh, and also for moistures. So this one can run in high and no temperature, but it can also survive in 95% of humidity.
Humidity, okay. Because our place is always wet and always rainy.
No. Our place is, I think in Shenzhen it's relatively more humidity. 80, but
85,
if you work in like greenhouse, it can go more extreme.
Yes, that's true.
It's like sauna. Okay, so this is durability. So we have a short video about how do we do the testings.
Okay.
But before that, I think we can show people what kind of accessories we have prepared. So you see we have the PCIe for LoRa. In the demo today, we have the LoRa as well. And also we have 4G models. You can see these are all already on your bazaar. You can just buy them and then pair them. We have PoE, we have the SSD storage, we have the GPS antenna. Sometimes you need a GPS because this might be running on your RV. Also, we have the Wi-Fi antenna if you want to extend it further. Because we serve a lot of LoRa devices, by naturally, we want to encourage people to use LoRa in their smart buildings. Especially if you have a farm or if you have a building, you need to understand what's operations in the air conditions or some sewages. You can apply extra LoRa sensors.
Okay, then what's the power consumption of this, the product?
This power consumption is quite okay because it only runs like 4 to 5 watts. The idle power consumption is just 2.88 watt. The fully loading is about 5.52 watt. This is comparable to like other units. Usually it's about 24-ish if you are running a full system H device.
Okay.
Because the Raspberry Pi is quite good in the power consumption control.
Oh, okay, I see. How about our Siemens or the other products? Their power consumption is maximum 24 watts.
It depends. For different devices, they have different setup. But I think this one is a good balance between power consumption and performances.
Okay. Then what's the coverage rate of this one device? For example, one floor, how many I need to deploy?
Yep, that's how people usually estimate what kind of setup I should have. Should I deploy it on each floor, or should I do it for each house, every building, or every manufacturing floor? You usually calculate by points.
Okay.
How many endpoints you want to connect to this device. So we usually see it as 2,000 to 3,000. And our partners in system integration, they choose it for 5,000 pieces, 5,000 dots. If you connect 5,000 dots, this one can handle. So because all the bus, they already have a lot of things running, and the Raspberry Pi should be able to transact all the protocol decoding, also do all the conditioning and send it uplink.
Okay, I see.
But this is quite strong. You look at all the legacy systems. They are expensive, they are slow, and they are very closed.
Okay.
Because we are an open source company. You can customize the software with Node-RED, with Raspbian, but you can also change the enclosures. You can customize it, talk to us, and get extensions. And people let us know what kind of customized different versions you want, and we'll deeply think about that. And because we're an AI hardware company, we always look at everything with AI, and this device can natively run large language models onto that.
Local?
Locally.
Okay.
And without the AI add-on card. But if you with AI add-on card, we imagine there's so many interesting applications can happen, which means this is not only a edge computing device to control your buildings or your circuits, but also it can be a very small home assistant server with large language model enhancement.
Okay, that sounds really smart.
Yeah. And it's not just an assumption. We already
tested.
No, we already deployed it in this demo.
Okay.
And we are going to show you in a minute.
But will you like slow down or like the performance of it? Because
of
I
course.
think once you run like a local, like a large language model, and this one device will be hotter. I think when you run, it's like fully loaded.
It's just still okay.
Okay.
But so we provide you all the tools to remote monitoring that. And for large language models, it's surely built smaller than online or on a bigger AI box.
Okay.
But for this part, for the intelligent buildings, you don't need to
be too smart. Like
you don't need to
fully
have too fast a response.
Okay.
You can ask it a question, and it should be reporting back maybe every hour.
Oh, okay. I see.
So you don't need like a 5 second or 2 seconds to get the answers. And you don't need it to answer, to write a paragraph for you.
No.
You just need it to give you some key informations to save you a lot of operations. It saves a lot of the software efforts.
I see.
So we just gave it running, and it's quite interesting. But before that, we have edited a short video.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, now. Sorry, I forgot.
We forgot to turn it on.
Okay, so let's rewind. We have the breakers. Each of the breaker will be connecting to one line of lights or switches, one of the power. And we now have it's a main switch, and then we have 6 line of them. Then we have the power supply for the full system. These are quite like a legacy system. And we have a remote, we have a relay controller. This will be connecting each of the breakers. What a Raspberry Pi is doing, it's talking to this relay control device first to make sure we can control remotely. Let me show you how it works. You can turn everything on with one click on the node read. Also, in the future, we can connect to other like automations or off. And we can make some ghost house efforts by randomly flicking around. So this is the logic you want to do, the most basic ones, because you don't need to go to the physically to distribution box, but you can use Raspberry Pi to do everything you wanted. This one also connects to with an internal switch. Connect. Let's see here, because we want to see some remote situations. We have the LoRa sensor. It can be deployed in everywhere inside the box to see if everything, maybe there are some like anomaly happens. Then it has LoRa add-on card inside, and the cable is LoRa antenna, goes onto top of the distribution box. So it helps you to conveniently connect to everything else. And now this is a basic setup with a local perception network, but also we have AI box here in case you want a large language model enhanced beyond the Raspberry Pi capability. And we can also connect to HDMI, which is like you can just plug and do the same thing. Yeah.
If you want to have a display for this.
Yeah, it's easy to set up any form of configurations. You can have your display. You can use the Raspberry Pi as a client device for AirBox, but also it can be a master to control everything else. So we are trying to collect more recommended configurations. If you have any good ideas or to show off your setup in the future, please let us know. And
I see like a reComputer device inside. You want to run local LLM, so make it smart. Okay. But this one need to connect with the Wi-Fi or network, right?
No.
No?
Because we are connecting this laptop to the reComputer.
Okay.
And we are using Wi-Fi. But if you are doing it, you have already your local network. You just Ethernet is okay.
Okay. I see. Because also, I saw extra like a network cable there. So I thought.
Yeah, Peter always wants to squeeze many things inside. So this is you can ignore the AirBox. You can ignore the HDMI. You can ignore the routers for now.
Oh, okay, I see.
And also we've talked about 4G or 5G. If you have cellular, if you want cellular connectivity, it can happen just inside the box.
Okay.
So this reComputer can act as your router.
4G, LoRa.
4G, LoRa, Wi-Fi, Zigbee, name it.
Okay. Like it can work at the same time. Like because some old building they might don't have like a really like Wi-Fi cover everywhere or something.
Yeah, for buildings because it's usually complex. People set up the hotspots for human beings where you want to use your phones, your laptops, but there are so many machines out of the Wi-Fi coverage area.
Yeah, exactly.
So people like to use Zigbee or use the LoRa.
So they can all run at the same time.
Exactly. We have a friend who is doing the BMS, and they come to us, ask us if you have LoRa. So I didn't tell him that about the benefit. I think from the industry, they already coming up with this kind of requirements.
I see one comment, Steve Banker. They said access control is locking and unlocking doors, card readers and keypads to accept external doors, so they can build something for their company.
Yeah, sure.
You can use that one?
Of course. No matter what kind of protocols you are using for your security, your door controls, it's a BSNet or it's a Ethernet or it's RS485 or even it's Wi-Fi remotely. I think what we can do now today is we don't need to wait for some company to build the software for us. With software like Node-RED, you can very easily set up your own like systems.
Okay.
So maybe we can. We will keep answering the questions, but let's look into the
demos. Okay.
So, can you ring? So for this system, it's a modem-sized configuration for Node-RED. First, it has BSNet. We don't have a live BSNet. We use a simulator. This is to offer. This is to mimic the operation of a HVAC system. Like this is for room temperatures to control the air conditioning. And you can see the temperature and humidity it's from the LoRa sensor. And in the back end, you can see it's just like this. We have all the preset nodes to discover what's in the device and to send out the processed data to the dash panels. There's no code. You just need to use a pre-configured setup with JSON file, install the nodes, and it should be all there. And to get the LoRaWAN information, it's even easier because inside the reComputer, we are running a chopstick. It's a local, totally offline LoRaWAN network. So we also wrote a node for people to operate their LoRaWAN easily with reComputer. It's now connected. You can see the setup here. It will be just automatically looking at the JSON file. And it sends the data through some configurations to the display channels. And this is the second part. But most of people need, a lot of people using intelligent buildings for save energy. So that's why people have this solar panel PV management. We help people to monitor the real voltage, and you want to charge your battery whenever there's good sunlight and everybody is working and the electricity is expensive. And then they sell back to the grid whenever you want to charge it whenever it's cheap, and they sell back to the grid when you have extra. So, but it's usually challenging to do all the calculations, also to pull from the live electricity price. So you want to use large language models to be able to automate a lot of the transactions. So this is running on the reComputer, not on the JSON box yet. So be it to know, like I can ask, what is the maximum power generated? And we're running on the local device. And we can see from the status here. Peter, 手机啦? Okay, let me retry it. Oh, okay, it's been calculated. It has 540 watt. And you can see all the consumptions and to the grid. Everything is done freely on the grid. And it's very easy to customize with your logic. And you can also to combine it with like RFID card readers, door controls. And I think there are a lot of interesting sensors coming up, like wave or like AI agents. So you can very easily to link it with the system to make very fancy, magical, enchanted houses. So, and what we can, for now, we are using, for the large language model, we are using 5.2 2B model. So that it's a very small large language model.
Small one, okay.
It's not good at writing a paragraph for you, but it's already okay to process the local data and to provide some insights.
I see.
Or we can ask what is maximum wall. I have some typo here.
So you can ask the question to the system and they will show you the results.
We are still working on more complex ones. Like you can ask if there is some power outrage or if the power has been shut down for 5 minutes. Make a phone call to someone telling him that. That could be very interesting. So this should be like doing the calculations on the device. So you will see the CPU node is 100%. The full Raspberry Pi is running to understand the questions and do the calculations. This is much slower than ChatGPT or any like larger models. But for a lot of smart buildings, you don't need to execute these complex conversations in real time. You can set up automatically give me some analysis every like 1 hour. So this is good enough, I think, for most of the cases. You see, after the conversation, the CPU node is back to 25%. You can see the CPU temperature is still below 40 Celsius degree. We are just using a very small percentage of the memory, so you can do hard on that. We don't have extra storage, and for now, the complex system we installed is taking 50% of the indoor RAM,
but
indoor flash.
This one can be like, you can upload those data through LoRa or Wi-Fi or 4G to the cloud.
Yeah, it's the same. Like we use Node to get from the internal data, like from memory, CPU, you just calculate or store them, then display in the dashboard. So everything is happening inside the Raspberry Pi as if it's a website. So you can use computer, your laptop, or other devices to visit. Then you have your full system running. There's no extra server needed.
Okay.
So this is kind of exciting moments.
Someone says he really interested to discuss more for the with you about this device.
Yeah, let's keep.
Yeah, he's keep commenting that.
Yeah, please. This is for the conversations. This is why we have live streaming, is to hear more your questions and to answer to more of the suggestions.
Okay.
So please feel free to make comments after I finish the explanation.
Okay.
So like you can also see from this part is to connect to also the area of the relays. So you can control the devices very easily. You just link it to the button, like all on or off, and then it goes to each section of the relay switch, and it will go to the wire. The relay array is a Modbus device. There are so many Modbus devices inside the electricity systems. They have been there for maybe 20 years. It's quite established. But with Raspberry Pi, you can talk to any of them in a very omnipotent manner. Okay, this is first about Node and about the setup. Do you have any questions from the comments?
Let me check.
Yeah, I wish I can explain more into details, but I need to. Okay. Is it just a generic relay board? Yes, this one is just a generic relay board with Modbus. And the Modbus connects to one group of the RS485. And we set the protocols to RF Modbus RTU. So it's receiving the data from that.
Okay.
Okay, brilliant. No, thank you. Yes, you don't need a Havoc system to write a story for you, but you can tell the Havoc about your story. So it can be adapting to your needs. Like if you see so many people inside this room and it's too hot, it should be automatically adjusting for you. But for our office, there's usually a pain is that someone forgot to turn off the air condition. So with this system, it's very easy to manage that. You can set up like an automatic timer when it's off hour. Is if you see no people in this office for some time, you just shut down everything. And also you can configure if there's someone doing some experiment with the machines and they do a different strategy. Yeah, edge computing all the way. Everything is on the edge, except the computer needs to access that for live streaming. That is why we ask Frank to use camera towards the computers, because this one is connecting to a local NAN. Okay. What else? Please shoot me more questions. Car readers, keypads, yes. And also we are trying to make all the modifications, upgradation easily. So if you, besides all the peripherals we have, like this is the power adapter, if you have a plug instead of cables. And we have the, what is this? We have all kinds of add-on units. So let us know if you have extra needs.
And right now, I think we have a good deal on Bazaar that this one is free shipping globally. And we also have the actual device in our EU and US warehouse. So you can buy it, like, if you want to test it, it's going to be so fast delivery.
Yeah, and we will be coming up with more like campaigns, like a free testing campaign or like some challenges in the near future.
Okay.
Because I think people need you have some confidences over the devices. You are not doing it on your like lab, on your workshop. You are using it for the real electricities.
Yeah.
So we want to collect your thoughts and then do more of the experiments and to share, or maybe we can also create a live streaming channel for reComputer itself. So we can you can lively to testing out from remote areas.
And I heard that we also develop business with our local like office building, because they also once they hear about this device, they were like, oh, I need this system.
Yeah. That's the next maybe next two live streaming, because in our makerspace there is a very cyber city like building, but we always challenge them. You guys are boring. Okay. You make beautiful buildings, but it's not intelligent.
Yeah.
We tell them you should have your GPT for your building. So they are very interested, and we are going to work with them to do some really piloting projects.
Okay.
And to see the results. Either it's for reducing the power consumptions, or it's to improve the user experience. Okay. So maybe we can come back to the streaming. 其实差不多吧. Do you have more like questions or?
I don't see, like this says, can you preload images?
Preload images?
I don't see the related to the other questions.
Yeah, if you're talking about the image inside the Raspberry Pi, yes, we have a service. Go check out our Fusion service. We can change the image for you, and also we can change the enclosures, the packages, the logos. We call it light customization. Maybe PP can send the link into the page, and also we are going to have a new tool called SenseCraft Edge. So in the future, you can just do OTA. You can download some other people's setup and configure it. You don't need to start from scratch.
Okay.
We do have more recipes. Like it's a recipe for smart offices. There's a recipe for smart farm. There's a recipe for like greenhouses, etc.
Is it possible to install the Home Assistant OS on the R1000?
Yeah, of course. I think a lot of people do that. If you are small setup, you should have a Home Assistant right on that. But if your setup is more complex, like you want to experiment so many things onto Home Assistant, we suggest you to have a dedicated system. Because if you have messed with that operating system, you might have problem changing all the setups.
Okay.
So we usually recommend you to divide the thing you work with OT and the thing you work with the user experiences.
And also, if you want to really develop your own device or like other inquiry on this board, we can always talk about customization with us on Fusion. And we have also co-create program.
I think there's already like a lot of cross-section inventions coming up. Like people use Shao to make a smart home automation gadgets like this. I think I see that on our Twitter. That device can be very well work with this one. And in the future, we should be making more like electricity related stuff. Do you know we even have a charger?
For what?
For vehicles. We call it a recharger.
For the car.
But we do it like it's still in alpha stage, but we see a lot of smart building or smart energy solutions. So we will gradually preparing what's already mature in this industry and make it open. So please let us know your ideas. And also, when we're setting up the distribution box, we see the relay is still simple. Imagine you can put a Shao into the relay or put a LoRa into a relay. And with some computations, you can have, from the power distribution, like the current, the voltage, even the phase, the patterns of the electronic consumptions, you can understand what's the patterns. You can train a model with all the happenings in your house. So you can have more meta-level understandings. You get what I'm saying? You look at relays. It's like the input of a neural network. Each of the line, if we have more sensors inside, we can understand more of the what's happening in your local grid or what's happening in your electricity systems. And there's so many things we can do.
They said they'll talk about more co-create.
Sorry?
They want to hear more about co-create program.
Yeah.
I think we have a page to show.
So let me just. It's right here. If you go to service, and then you can see the co-creation part, you will see that we literally open up our capabilities in R&D, manufacturing, and distributions. So you can work with us. It's your IP, but you work with us on any of these three categories or all of them. So we can help you to scale your inventions and to share to more people who has similar needs. I think this applies to the smart building as well. You have all kinds of buildings. You have all kinds of tactics. Literally, they already simplify the software part, but if we work with home assistant, if we work with more like hardwares, I think we can build more interesting solutions. It can be a replicant to existing commercial system, which is expensive, closed source, and very no performances.
Okay. Another one said he tried to install a home assistant on R1000, but it seems not really.
Which one?
This one, this one.
Yes, the issue does not. This is new. We are working on the Node-RED nodes. It's like templates for reComputer, so you can just see all the interfaces and manage them easily. The same for HA. We are working on a series of extensions, not only on Raspberry, the reComputer, but also on Shao or other like watchers. So please stay tuned, and we will have extensions for them.
Okay.
Cool.
I
think that's most of the things we need to show off today, and we'll keep answering to the comments. Please let us know if you have any needs,
other questions.
And we will be making more shorts or videos on a lot of the ideas. The live streaming is just a start of this conversation.
Yes.
So thank you for joining us for today, and we will see you next week. We won't be see you.
Yeah, because next week we're gonna change.
We are inviting more product managers
and engineers, marketing to share their ideas to the community.
Yeah, because we get a lot of complaints from inside team that we speak too little of what should be
not
talking.
Deep enough about
not deep enough, not enough time. I say, okay, since we are doing every week, so come up to talk more. So you'll be meeting more with our product managers, application engineers. Like Mengdu has been helping a lot with the Xiao, but it's time for you to talk to him. And Peter is always like firefighters, but most of the demo is done by Peter, and he has a lot of conversations can be sharing with you. Yeah. And by next week we're going to have Joey, our VP on the solution side. He is leading the team working on Watcher. The physical AI agent, and he will be showing the latest progress on the what we have done so far, and also to collect your inputs so we can set the priority easier. And also we have Lily, who is a marketing and community manager for the Xiao series. So they will be hosting the next session of live sessions.
Nice.
And also for one final note for reComputer series, if you have any suggestions, we also have a GitHub voting system. Please send them into the comment box, and feel free to vote.
I'm gonna show them we have a link in the comments.
Let me pull out the link. Yeah. And you can see from this link, we already, oh, wow, we have a lot of ideas already.
Yeah.
So if there's some idea that fits into your interest, you want to see this happening, please help us to vote that so we can understand the priorities. And also, if you have some ideas or suggestions or some gadgets you want us to build, or you already have built that, please also to share that in the as a new discussion. And we will accumulate the needs and to put them into our roadmap. It's the same roadmap as Xiao. We'll be doing that on more of our product lines. Okay?
Indicator coming up. It's watcher. It's not really indicator.
Yeah, they were talking about watcher. Okay, cool. So I think that's great for today. And thank you so much for your comments and suggestions. And we will be looking forward to talk more with you.
Yeah, and if you have any interest or buying, you can contact us on our official website. They have like a email link, and also you can contact all the sales from the company to check about these products.
Yep. Yes. So let's do a little bit more commercial.
Okay.
So making next gadget. This is reComputer R1000 series for your smarter buildings.
Yes.
Okay. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Ciao.